Select details from the text to support a conclusion. Let's look at a passage with a given conclusion and see if we can find details to support that conclusion. Here's a passage from The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. And here's our conclusion. Benjamin Button has a curious condition. Let's see if we can find details to support this conclusion. He was in a dilemma. He was due at the registrar's in 5 minutes. There seemed to be no help for it. He must go as he was. He did.
I'm very glad to meet you, Mr. Button. I'm expecting your son here any minute.
That's me, burst out Benjamin. I'm a freshman.
What?
I'm a freshman. The registrar frowned and glanced at a card before him.
Why, I have Mr. Benjamin Button's age down here as 18.
That's my age, asserted Benjamin, flushing slightly. The registrar eyed him wearily.
Now, surely, Mr. Button, you don't expect me to believe that.
The registrar pointed sternly to the door.
Get out, he said. Get out of college and get out of town. You are a dangerous lunatic.
Which details support the conclusion that he has a curious condition? Clearly, the registrar does not believe that Benjamin Button is who he says. He says he's very glad to meet him. He's expecting his son here any minute. So Mr. Button likely looks much, much older than he actually is. Again, the registrar frowns and looks at his registration card. He thinks that he's 18, but clearly he looks much, much older. Like he's his father or maybe his grandfather. Benjamin Button claims that that's his age, which it is, and even flushes a little bit because he's so embarrassed and knew that this was going to happen. Lastly, the registrar not only does not believe Benjamin, but tells him to get out of college and out of town because he's a dangerous lunatic for claiming that he is 18 years old when clearly he must not be. Benjamin Button has a curious condition. He ages backwards, starting from elderly age back to youth. We just found details from the text to support this conclusion. Good job.